Cyr, and this is Rob Dinsmoor, the famous writer, novelist. Good morning. Okay, I just kind of interview Rob here, and about his new book, Tales of the Troupe. Okay, so Rob, tell us how did you come to write Tales of the Troupe?
Well, I worked with this comedy troupe in New York for about 5 years, and when it ended, I felt kind of heartbroken almost, and so I felt this deep sense of loss. And so that's how I started to, just put it down on paper, basically. And
why did you feel a sense of loss? What do you mean?
Because it was over, and all the work that it had engendered was gone, and so I had this big empty space in my life about the creativity, and I was doing really mundane, horrible work. Horrible work.
Okay. So what kind of work? Like digging graves?
No, not exactly, but it was more like medical writing, filling out tiny little tables full of crap. I mean, it was just awful. Just awful.
Like bad. Very
bad.
Okay.
So.
All right, I understand. So, how many years do you think did it take you to actually write it, roughly?
About 8 years. It took a long time. It was a little piece by piece by piece, a little piece of my soul being yanked out like a tooth.
That means that your soul is all in here.
It's in here. It's in there.
Wow, that's amazing, Rob. Thank you for telling us, sharing your soul in this book. It's like, I don't know, like other pages, they don't stick together.
Like 100 and something. It's big.
You got a big soul, Rob. So, on to my next question.
Okay.
Cheers. All right. I want to know when it was published and how did you're self-published, right?
Yes.
Okay, how did you publish it?
I was working with somebody named Hava who put me on their website, Singology.com. I was posting stuff, and then I mentioned I had this book, and she convinced me it'd be very cheap to publish it. So we just went full spring ahead, and cheapness was, I'm part Scottish, so it's very important to me. And I only put up, less than $1,000 up front, and then these puppies are like $5 each.
That's pretty cheap to have, copies of your soul floating around.
Yeah.
And how did she convince you? Did she tie you up and with spaghetti or something?
No, basically she just it was all the cost factor. That's how she just said it's only this amount of money. And it's like, really? So
that's great.
Yeah.
That's really well. So, and what would you say are the biggest obstacles to self-publishing?
It has to be the fact that nobody respects you if you're a self-published author. They just think that it's going to be crap. You're some rich flake who paid lots of money to have this thing published. And that was hard. And, nobody is out there buying it. And, in fact, somebody actually stole my book from an expo.
They stole your book?
Yes. And I was very
Tell us about that.
I was in the expo, and I saw this woman come over and kind of slipped something in the bag, and I thought it was one of my promotional postcards.
No way.
No, it's true. I thought it was a promotional postcard. Well, in fact, it was my book. But I gained a whole lot of notoriety and celebrity at this book expo because mine is the only book that got stolen. People come up and shake your hand. My book, no one cared enough to steal it.
Okay. So. That is amazing. That's so they stole your soul.
They stole my soul, yeah.
That's amazing.
There's a rap there somewhere.
They stole my soul. Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Well, so what would you say then is the biggest strength to going this route of self-publishing?
Well, you get to keep most of the profits to yourself. That's the best thing. We're back to the money again, but yeah. If you go with a major company, you might get a bulk a book or something, maybe even 10 cents a book. I make $10 off every book I sell out of the back of my car. Out of Amazon, it's more like $5, but still, that's a lot of the percentage. So much better than I get with a major publishing house.
Tell us the name of your book, Rob.
Go away! It's called Tales of the Troupe, and it's available on Amazon.com and Singology.com and through my website, talesoftheTroupe.wordpress.com.
And also, Rob, tell us. We want to know about how many members were in the troupe. This troupe in New York City.
It varied because so many people came and left, but there was basically a core of 6 performers, 3 writers.
Do any of them 4 writers?
Yeah.
Do any of them know that you've written about them?
They're starting to find out. In fact, the real villain, the real foil in this, he just emailed me and said, "I bought a copy of your book," and it's like online.
Really?
It goes, yeah. I said, just so you know, you and Bruce are kind of the villains, and so I wanted to kind of prepare him. So I haven't heard from him yet. I don't know if he's pissed off at me or if it's just he hasn't read it yet.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. It really is.
Well, I loved it.
Okay. Well,
I sleep with it under my pillow.
cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna laminate it so
Help
I can
yourself
take it
to
in the
some
shower,
chips.
Rob.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. They're very good. And so we want to know before we wrap up here is are there any book signings coming up?
Yes, as a matter of fact, December 5th at the Salem Hawthorne House in Salem. Hawthorne Salem. Hotel, thank you. 1 to 3 p.m. December 5th, 2009. And me and 3 other authors, don't ask me their names.
Okay, I'm not going to.
Okay. Good. I think we're good to
Excellent.
go.
It's fabulous. Okay. So
Okay.
again,
Okay.
until the Troupe with Rob Dinsmoor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye-bye.